Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and on the previous episodes of Flying and Eating, we have made our way back out to Tokyo, Japan, well, more specifically the Yokohama area. However, we've been going all over Tokyo for all sorts of purposes, whether it's meeting up with old friends, getting a lot of food, or buying really stupid stuff. But we are not even close to done.
I am now in Shinjuku, where we're going to go into a store over there. Before we do that, though, it's Starbucks time, because the Love and Peach flavor is out now, so we're going to go in there and give this a shot. So I got it. I already mixed it up here, but you can see what it used to look like. It's actually not bad. It's good. It's, you know, chunks of actual peaches, fruity, nice. I still think the banana strawberry one was better. I'm going to miss that one, but this is not bad at all. Look who's back.
Oh, hey.
It's our time no see. I know, it's our Canadian buddy.
You gotta walk around.
Thor hacks at Japanada, and I'm awkwardly putting him on camera while we, get on the escalator and hopefully not die. So right now, we're going to continue our daily adventure here. We're going over to a place called Nakano Broadway, which I showed you guys with Joseph, the Hard-Off Destroyer. The guy who ate McDonald's and was very proud of it. That guy, thank you for your service.
Clearly below me.
We're going to go over there and look for stuff, and then eventually we'll get dinner. This is how this works. We are back at Nakano Broadway. We've actually shown this to you guys before. It's like a big mall full of our fellow gaijin everywhere, which is usually a bad sign. So if you see people like us in Japan, get away. We don't know what we're doing. We're stupid. We're baka gaijin. But we are going to be here to look for video games. This is mostly like anime stuff and tech stuff. Lots of toy stores in here. I don't care about any of that. I'm just here for the video games.
See, I live in Japan, but it's actually my first time coming here.
Well, I'm glad the gaijin, the super gaijin, because he's still gaijin, but he's a different kind of gaijin, I could teach you something about Japan. This is used game shop Mandarake Galaxy, and as you can see, they've got a lot of really good stuff. Now, the prices here can be really hit or miss, to be totally honest. I mean, you haven't even really looked yet.
Oh, it is Mandarake. I thought it was Mandrake.
I used to call it Mandrake, and I realized there is an A in there. They have like the rarest stuff. They're gonna have it, but the prices will also reflect that. So, and I don't know if this one does the tax-free shopping or not. We'll have to find out. I don't think they do.
It doesn't look like it does,
I don't
but
think
we
they
can
do.
always ask. Never hurts to ask.
Never
Always
hurts.
try.
Well, I'll let you ask because you speak Japanese.
So we're inside. You can see us back there. We did discover that this place does, in fact, do tax-free shopping. Over 5,500 yen, but you have to, I think they give you cash back like upstairs.
Everything here
Yeah.
costs over 5,000.
Yeah,
Anyway.
this is a museum where you can buy stuff. Think like Super Potato, if Super Potato was nicer. But anyway, so they have some cool stuff you can see, like that weird Saturn game. This is based on the Wizard of Oz, Bangai for the Dreamcast. The Ground no Tarikagu Capital series, famously the hardest game series to complete on the Dreamcast. There were 6 of these. Well, I can only show 5 fingers, but you get my point. If we count my finger over there in the footage in the mirror. Anyway, there's 6 of those. The 6th one is almost impossible to get because they only made 200 copies of it. Sega themselves apparently doesn't have a copy. I have 2 because I'm a jerk. But anyway, we were looking around. I legit thought that was a Seinfeld game just because of the text and the
Show
logo.
them what it is.
No, it's much worse than a Seinfeld game. It's a horse racing game.
Yeah, they have part 2.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's the Seinfeld sequel. That's Curb Your Enthusiasm game. Okay. A lot of cool stuff in this store, as you can see. Very nice. Good setup. It's kind of expensive, as we admitted. We are picking this up, not for us. This is for someone in Discord, and it's going to stay in Japan. I'm just picking it up for them. But I don't know if I'm getting anything. If I do, there's a couple items outside I might take a look at, but I think in here I'm good. This is strange. So at first I saw this. That's Kokoto, which is like a character that's usually only in French games. So I just thought this was a European import. As you can see, it clearly has Japanese on it, which probably explains its price. That's got to be kind of a rare DS title, I would think. So some pickups were had. The way this one works, by the way, you have to spend over 5,500, which is kind of standard. In this case, you have to go up to another floor, and there's like this whole area where they're like shipping stuff. You see like aliens. Yeah, we got aliens up here. It's a big deal. But the only thing to really note about this one is they really care about making sure the credit card you paid with is the one you have to present that to them, and you have to have the original paperwork to prove that. So when you get your receipts, because we made this mistake once, we had the receipt from the store proving you purchased it, but there's a separate receipt for a credit card transaction. They care about that one, so make sure you have both.
Don't throw anything away.
Exactly. Make sure you keep that paperwork together. But I think everything in here in this complex is part of that, but I'm not totally sure.
Well, that's it. You're tax-free. But also, make sure you bring it with you to the airport, just in case.
No, don't do that. That's bad advice. No, they don't care.
But yeah, just generically, this is Mandarake. Obviously, there's a lot of toy stores with anime and things like that, and then they have a lot of Western toy stores with, you know, American action figures and things like that. I've shown you guys this in the past. It's a cool place, but I was really just here for the video games. After a horrible train ride, that was one of those stereotypical ones where the whole thing is just compressed with full of people. We are at our destination. We're in what, Saitama?
Yeah, Saitama.
Yeah, Omiya, Saitama. We're going up to Suragaya Specialty Shop inside, and we are in a lot of pain. So they've got a lot of music CDs and albums and stuff. Music CDs in Japan can be kind of expensive, but I kind of found this funny because it looks like we have Japanese Charles Bronson about to take out Kung Fu Panda there. This would be an exception. This is cool. Dude, this is the Phantom Menace score. 500 yen. This is like $3 to me.
Good price.
It is. I just don't want it. This is obscure. So U-Turn is a movie starring Sean Penn and Jennifer Lopez by Oliver Stone, who, I mean, I got a Blu-ray of this because it only came out in Australia. Oh, by the way, this is Aldo. Thorax of Japan.
Of all the places.
Yeah, but for some reason, they have a music CD of the score, which I don't remember being an interesting one. This is just bizarre to me. I don't really buy a lot of toys anymore, but the one exception sometimes is like a Back to the Future DeLorean. And I know the Japanese love Back to the Future, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll find something. And then I saw the logo, and I was like, oh, Back to the Future. I was not expecting it to be the Statler Toyota. I'm not getting this. Okay, we're done shopping for now, and so it's food time.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Shabu shabu.
Hell yeah, shabu
Japanese
shabu.
meat in a hot pot.
Yeah, I showed you guys this earlier. It's basically like soup, and you just throw meat in it, and you go infinite. It's awesome. Are we gonna overdo it like you did last time?
Duh.
Okay, good. Mito sueto. You know, we already got our soup mix and our meat. And we got our German. Welcome back. All right, so go ahead. Go for it, dude. Do things.
Do things. It's not cooking it. It's not boiling it.
All right, so don't do things.
We need it.
Fine, have your soft drink.
Okay.
You have Coca-Cola?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, what am I using? Let's go with, I got grapefruit juice. Yay, mizu. This is not mizu, though. All right, so we got the meat. It's hot enough, I guess. Hatsui.
It is.
Yeah, all right, do it.
All right. Hatsui. No, you don't say Hatsui. You say OU.
Oh, all right. OU Hatsui?
OU.
Or hot? Are you calling me hot?
Not just OU.
Yeah, but you're saying I'm hot.
It means hot water. You're not hot.
Ouch. My heart. From the cholesterol. Anyway. So yeah, we're just going to throw this all in there. It cooks for a while. You kind of shake it back and forth. And man, that cooks quick.
Yep.
That's good.
Dig in.
And then, of course, we mix vegetables into it. This word, I did learn this. This is the Japanese word I learned. Vegetables. That's a new one for me. I had never heard that word before. And then you mix it in your sauces, and you just enjoy yourself. So we've got more items arriving. Some sort of chicken. What is this thing? We got sausages or whatever.
That's mochi
Mochi.
in a bag.
Okay. And Venus.
And wieners.
Venus.
Pumpkin.
Captain America. Yeah. All right, you've got pumpkin pudding?
Yeah.
All right.
With cheese on top.
Okay. We have various sauces. So go over the sauces. What do we have here?
That one's goma, sesame.
Okay.
And that one's ponzu. Like soy sauce with lemon.
Citrus stuff? Okay, that's good. And we also have bowls of rice. Highly recommend that. I like rice.
Now you need rice to go with it, or else your stomach gets kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
It helps to balance things out so you don't
And then you'll
have
meet.
problems later.
So then the first phrase you'll need to know is Toilet wa doko desu ka? Okay, got it. So we took some out of there. We got this here, kind of sitting in there, and you just crush it. That's right? That's all you gotta do?
Yes.
All right, gentlemen. That's the plan. Eat all the meat and then order way too much meat. This happened last time, man.
Yeah, but we're starving this
Yeah. This famous last words. We are officially out of, I don't even know what it was called. What was it called?
Shabu.
Where is it?
Shabu shabu oniyasai.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, it was good. Good place. Is that a chain or is it?
It's a chain.
It's a chain. All right, we'll go around there and check them out. And if you're ever in this area and you want to meet cool people, there's other people, but there's us too. Ohayou gozaimasu. Day unknown here in Yokohama, Japan. Plan for today, I'm going to go into Shinjuku again, and I'm going to meet up with somebody very infamous, somebody you all know. Yes. And then after that, I have a lunch elsewhere. But before we do all that, it's time for a little breakfast here in the morning. And so, Breakfast Champions, I've got a tuna mayo
I forget what these things are called. That one's, no, it's not unagi. I forget, sorry. I know people know and they're screaming at me. I honestly can't remember the word. And just a sandwich. This is avocado, pork bacon, tomato, and Cobb sauce. And the first one was tuna mayo, by the way. Onigiri, that was the word. It just was coming in my mind. Anyway, yeah, so now I'm gonna hit up the train and head out to Shinjuku. Food is pretty good, by the way. I mean, don't sleep on the 7-Elevens here. Keep in mind, 7-Eleven, even though we think of it as an American chain, is actually a Japanese chain. I think it was bought out in the 80s. Anyway, so here they're way better. So it's a good way to get cheap food and just get what you need sustenance-wise. Then you can get the fancy meals later. I haven't really been talking too much about the weather. I'm here in the summer, which is the first time I've ever been to Japan in the summer. It's been really hot. Today, it's 30 Celsius. It's overcast, and it's very windy. It's lovely. So I'm back at the U.S. Embassy, aka Starbucks. I did not get the Love Peach thing. I just got a cold brew. But somebody has joined me.
Hello.
Hey, remember him? It's Joseph, the Hard Off Destroyer. He was in a bunch of the videos before. We went to a bunch of places. Hashtag Meat Desk.
Meat desk.
Meat Desk.
Meat desk.
For those who don't know the story, so he doesn't really speak Japanese. He's quite Scotian, a little bit. Despite living here for how long?
Almost over 10 years, actually.
Okay, so I thought I could ironically help him with some phrases because he likes to buy stuff behind glass cases at stores and stuff. So a phrase I was taught was if you say "mite mo ii desu ka," when you point at something, it basically means like, "Hey, can I see that?" And they understand, that's what you mean. You want to go over there and open something out of the case, rather than him just having to like grunt and be like, "Over there." Yeah, exactly. So I thought I could help him a little bit. So the first time he ever tried to use it, we were at a store. What was the name of that store? Do you remember? Zest. Okay, we were at a store called Zest. And he walks up to the counter, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, "Meet the meat desk." And he goes up, and he just goes,
Meat desk. I panicked. And like, meet desk. And that's
he
what
just goes, "Meat desk." And the girl behind the counter is like, "Nani?" And then I was like, oh. I did this, and then I looked at her, and I did like quotation marks. I said, "Mite mo ii desu ka," and then she just burst out laughing, like, oh.
It haunts me to this day. Whenever I go to any store, any hard off, I actually stop and pause and say, "Don't say meat desk. Don't say meat desk." Then I say meat desk.
Yeah. So she burst out laughing, which is not normal. And then she caught herself. That's not the context for that. Sorry. And then she just followed us over the thing. And I told that story a million times. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen happen. Anyway, obviously a very good dude. Sadly, this will be basically his only cameo because this is the most our schedules could link up on this trip. But it's good to see you, man. Everything all right in your world?
Yeah, man.
Never mind. What are you eating?
A meat desk.
Oh, it's a meat desk. We made that joke so many times last night at Shabu Shabu because we had a desk and there was meat on it.
No, it's just a ham and cheese sandwich from Starbucks.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy. No, this is doing great. Sorry, caught me off guard, Adam. Give me a speech here, but no, everything's good. No hard times. Just hard off basically, and other stores as well. And this Japan is extremely hot, but nevertheless, and this here in Japan, Adam, that's great. He's here. Adam Koralik.
Yeah, he's finally got my name right.
Not Koralik.
No, it's nice. Well, anyway,
Beard Bros.
Yes. We would touch beards, but it's too hot. Oh, he was about to do it. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm glad he's here, and dude, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Adam.
I just did. Thank you for my service. That's another bit. Anyway, go back and watch the other videos. They're better. I was just joking about how he joined my Discord, which you guys should do, and I just joked about him being the Hard Off Destroyer because it's a place we just kept going to all the time. And what happened after that?
I became a Hard Off ambassador. Official.
What is that?
Well, in Japan, for Hard Off, they have a campaign every Japanese fiscal year where they look for at least 100 ambassadors to represent them. I started flooding X with all my backlog of Hard Off visits and current visits, and I got a DM from the Hard Off Secretariat saying I was selected to be a Hard Off ambassador for it was 2023. This is 2024, so back-to-back Hard Off ambassador for the Hard Off Corporation in Japan. It's actually pretty easy to do, but I think you would have to be local to Japan.
It also helps that he's a gaijin, because then he just looks different.
Now I'm official ambassador.
What do you got here?
Here I got some very rare items.
Hard Off recently started making more merch. Like this hat was made during the pandemic times, 2020. Recently they started releasing these flight tags. It's Hard Off, Hobby Off, sorry, backwards. Hobby Off and Off House. They do have Mode Off, I think Looker Off tags, but they're very hard to find, very rare.
Garage Off, that's the chase figure.
But I do have these three, kind of like the trifecta stores that I always go to, Hard Off, Hobby Off, and Off House. And I want to bestow these to Adam.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Those are worth like at least a million yen.
Well, they say 500 on them.
Oh,
But
but people always resell them on Mercari for like twice, which is terrible. And I created a sticker of me.
so, just to bring this all back around, by meeting this guy and labeling him the Hard Off Destroyer, I kind of destroyed his life. Because now this is his whole identity. It was just a joke, but I'm glad you made a career out of it.
Well, it's a persona. Like like in Japan, there's a lot of mascots.
He's a mascot.
I'm a mascot, an unpaid mascot. Actually, I pay them. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm no profit here. I always spend all my hard cash at Hard Off.
Your hard cash at Hard Off, and he makes a whole thing of this. Yeah. I just met his wife for the first time, and the first thing I did was apologize. It has been kind of a long day. You guys saw Joseph there, and then I went out and I had another meeting with a buddy of mine. Didn't really want to be on camera, which is totally fine, and we had some food. He was very nice enough to buy me lunch, and then we went over and got some dessert, which was cool. And now I'm going to head back to my hotel because it is starting to get late. I want to beat traffic into the area because that intensity traffic during rush hour, that's no joke.
Dinner time. I admit I got kind of lazy. I went back to Sankaku Udon and I got a large bowl of beef. I just popped the egg in there. The eggs are partially cooked here. Raw eggs are a big deal in Japan and they're very good. I actually recommend them. And just udon noodles, scallions, aka green onions, shrimp tempura, and a little bit of fried chicken.
The weather has gotten a lot better as far as temperature goes. It's down to like a nice 25, 26, but that's only because, yeah, very overcast. And I doubt you can really tell, but it was raining a lot overnight. And it's supposed to rain like all day. Right now we have kind of a lull. So I'm going out for provisions. Don Quixote, maybe a 7-Eleven, maybe a grocery store, just grab some random stuff. I had considered going out to like Akihabara, yes, really. Because one thing I've noticed on this trip, which is obvious, I guess it should be, Japanese summers are very hot and very humid. So my normal process of when I have nothing better to do and my time is my own, I like to take the trains, head out to stores, you know, walk maybe a couple miles from the train station to the store or whatever. Can't do that in this heat or weather, in this case with the rain. So I'm very grateful to Sebastian for driving me around to Hard Offs and all that. But the only other place where I could really go, where I could kind of function on foot and check out stuff I like, would be Akihabara, but I really don't like Akihabara.
So this is something I haven't had in a while. This is a curry bread. Specifically, this one's a cheese curry bread. It's bread with curry in it. They're actually pretty good.
All right, I did it. I'm here. I'm at Akihabara. I know you guys like this. I've made my feelings clear on the Akihabara in the past, but I'll basically run it down very quickly here. I'm not a big fan of this place. Obviously, this is the kind of thing, there's tons of tourists here, which makes sense. They basically condensed all the nerdy stuff into one area. The reason I don't like it, other than just the spectacle element, it's like Vegas here. But it's got Disney World prices on everything, which I don't like. And it's obviously surrounded by a ton of anime content, which is mostly what it is, which I am not a fan of anime, obviously. And so I'm only here for video game stuff and to show it to you guys. Video game stuff here, I would not normally do this, except that I'm on the hunt for something very specific, and I'm sad to say this is probably the most likely place I will find it. But, yeah, I'll see what I can find for you guys. I thought I'd take a second and talk about a little Shenmue history, personal history as well. In 2018, Sega Fest was held here in this building. Sega brought me out here to Japan, and this is actually where they announced the Shenmue 1 and 2 re-release. I was inside the facility for that re-release. It was very cool to be part of that event. And you couldn't pick something more appropriate because what was the Sega arcade building is down over there, and just left of it there's one of those Shenmue-style telephones. So, I don't know. I just thought that was cool.
This place is just called Retro Game Camp. It's a nice store. It does do the tax-free thing, but yeah, the prices in there are astronomical, but they do have cool stuff. The staff is cool, yeah, it's the only thing to really go there for is truly things you cannot find elsewhere, because any of the commons, they're super inflated in there. Well, it's funny seeing this again, although I bought one of these for half of that. And check this out, a Brazilian Mega Drive, the tech toy version. That's really cool. Panasonic 3DO VCD adapter, system cards for PC Engine stuff, games obviously. Japanese version of Mortal Kombat 2 on 32X. 32X stuff's here is really rare. They only had one exclusive game for it, but I can never find it. Mega Drive stuff, some rare Saturn stuff, GameCube, Dreamcast, that kind of thing. But, yeah. Oh, a Naruto edition GameCube. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, looks like American stuff that's just kind of made its way in here. Yeah, that's what that is. Interesting. Beast Wars Transmetals for only 9,800 yen is actually an amazing deal. So in Akihabara, obviously, Akihabara, you'll also see a lot of toy stores, obviously lots of lunches. This is a very Gaijin compatible place by design. Tourists come here all the time. That's usually when you know it's a bad sign, because you see a bunch of other white people and you start feeling bad about it. No, I know you think I'm like, what is that? That doesn't make any sense. Trust me, if you're here long enough, every time you see a white person, you're like, ugh, get that away from me. And I say that as, of course, a white person. We're going to check out Beep. Beep is another retro game store, but just as a bonus. So in here, this is probably your best bet for any sort of Japanese home computers from the 80s and 90s. This is just kind of their thing. This is kind of cool. Some Sega CD stuff that's like in a metal can. I don't know what the deal with this is. This doesn't look legitimate, but like it's based on the United States design, but it kind of looks like Brazilian or something. And I'm going to show you guys something cool in the rain. This is a vending machine, and the vending machines have all sorts of drinks. This one, a Pepsi Refresh, is pretty cool. You can actually pay for these using your train card. So if I take this out, it'll tell me how much I have on there, and then I just press the drink, and it will deduct it. Boom, and there we go. I got the drink. This is Pepsi Refresh, by the way. We don't have this. This is actually a hard one to find. It's only in vending machines in Japan and not commonly. It's really good. It's not just like a little bit of Pepsi. It's like a super concentrated version of it. It's very sweet and full of caffeine, because the whole point is it's like energy drink stuff. I am now inside a place called Mandarake in Akihabara. It's very similar to the one in Nakano Broadway, and very expensive. Very expensive. You come here to laugh at the prices, honestly.
There's one you don't see every day. Boxed Waterworld for Virtual Boy, 48,400 yen. It's like $300 right there. That is a game I need for the N64. No, that's like $300. I'm not paying that.
Yeah, so I was looking through some of these Neo Geo CD games, and a lot of them are like, you know, 3 times the price they would be elsewhere. Check it out, they've got laser active games hidden back there. Not getting them, but that's cool, I guess. One of them is, I think, one of those virtual cameraman games. They have a boxed laser active up there with the packs. Ungodly expensive, I'm sure. So that store, man, like, I want to like it because it has so much cool stuff in there, but the prices are insane. Like, even for tourists, like, I couldn't in good conscience, like, really buy anything. Well, also my wallet said no. I know a lot of people's, like, dream is to come down here and have their fantasy. I can't stress this enough. This is not a good place to actually buy stuff. I really can't stress that enough. This is really for tourists. Like, don't be that kind of tourist where you're like, oh, I've never heard of anything, so I will go there. Don't. Trust me, just don't. If you are out here, though, there is one game store I actually would recommend. It's this one called Friends. It's just kind of subtly hidden here. Like, other than this, there's really nothing to indicate it. It's on the 2nd floor. It's just run by this very nice little elderly couple. They only take cash, but they're super nice. They, have a lot of good stuff. Prices are, for Akihabara, good, and they also have just a lot of oddities. Anyway, the one I skipped, I didn't go to Super Potato because screw that place. So Akihabara, I'm leaving you behind, and while it was fun to kind of wander around and look at stuff, it's just a reminder of, like, yeah, don't go there to actually shop. And I failed in my goal. I went there for one very specific thing. I was that desperate, and I was like, this would be the most likely place to have it. They didn't have it either. Oh well. Normally I wouldn't focus on Burger King, but the Mexican avocado Whopper, I have to admit, that caught my attention. That's the thing. So what's for dinner after all this?
Yeah, it's Kura Sushi. I don't care. Judge me. I don't care. This place is great.
And that'll do it for part 3. Thank you so much for watching. It just figures that Friends has since been shut down, because of course, it was the only good place in Akihabara. Of course. But anyway, stay tuned to part 4, in which we're going to do something a little unique, sort of. We're going to a Japanese Costco. We're going to do the full tour of that, and then we're going to get some really high-end yakiniku. It'll be a whole fun thing. But stay tuned for that. As always, if you could do me a favor, though, if you could like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all my social media stuff in the description. I've got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, my Spreadshirt, etc. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later.